Here's a problem. It's not in the codex. The new weapon, the only way to get it is to hunt out a quest, this quest, and get the blueprint for the Shedu from here by breaking that crystal using the paracesis on board of a sentient ship in the Vale, if you are lucky enough to have it spawn. Not going to spoil the actual quest, but you kind of have to do that. There isn't much to the quest, it's more of a cinematic than an actual quest. That's the only way to get the blueprint. The ship is also the only way to get the parts. Actually, one short scan probably should have done, but you can see the symbolist is the one that drops these. The barrel, the chassis, the handle, and the receiver, all common drops to this one enemy. I actually need to go back and farm this some more because I owe somebody a receiver, and I can't remember if it's the handle or the chassis. We'll have to find out because my clanmates have been very helpful at doing this, so yet again, massive props to them. Probably could not have got this quickly without them, but one of them kind of forgot the parts, so I said I would. To be honest, they are tradable. I'll probably just go trade for them because I feel responsible for them not picking them up. It does take 24 hours to build normally and 30,000 credits. You do need to have all of the parts. It will be 50 or only 35 to rush it. I'm sorry, I have to do this. Give. Now it appears in the codex. And the thing with this weapon is it doesn't actually control, it doesn't actually contain your arm. You can see right there, Frost's arm is on the outside of it. I keep getting told that it replaces your frame's arm. It doesn't. It kind of attaches to it. This is a weapon that was found quite a while ago by taking out some of the sentients, and people found out you could pick up their arm and shoot it. Yes, like a lot of people, I always wanted to do a video about that, but I did several times and always left it because there was never a sign of this thing coming. It's here. It is finally here. And it's not an arc-wing weapon, as was kind of also expected. It has a radial attack, it is heat-based, it has quite a small magazine, very high crit chance, with a very high status actually. Ooh, wonder if... will it come with any polarities? Comes with 2V polarities on this, and yes, primary weapon. Kind of overly anxious to try this thing out. How I was running this was I threw heavy caliber in there. I did notice the massive change to the accuracy. I was missing quite a bit because this thing is actually pretty decent at its accuracy. Then just the usual crit damage and chance over here, speed trigger, because I have this empty slot that I couldn't figure out what to do with. You can probably tell where this is going. This is not my Riven. Just throwing that out there, this was actually given to me to play with. So I'm going to throw this in there because the crit chance and crit damage, I mean, to be fair, I could probably throw that out and put that in. Throw that in there. Either way, I'm still going to have to format this for a D. Because if there was a D polarity, it would fit. But I will have to format that D polarity off anyway. I still have to put at least one more on this because that barely fits. But reload speed or magazine capacity would save this weapon so much. But it just seemed to tear through everything. Leveling it up in Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, where you can go against pretty much any type of enemy, and I'm still looking for the ephemera from there at 4 rounds or 8 rounds, every 4 rounds. Still haven't got that to drop, so do level things up in there quite often. Found this thing works really well against every faction. I have it set to corrosive because that is the elemental combo I am using for railjack, which is against the Grenier, where corrosive works anyway. Plus, I have heard other things about corrosive, working good against the Sentients, but they become immune to elemental combos anyway, which is why I was running the Paracesis. And you can also take that perk off by using the Operator. If you use their attacks, you can actually take their resistance off, but the Paracesis can reset the resistance as well, so yeah, it just depends what else you take with you that will reset that to have it work again. Just found the Paracesis to be amazing against the Sentient. It's what it was built for. So if you're going to farm this weapon, the Paracesis isn't just important to get this weapon, but it's also important to get the parts for this weapon, because it just tears through them so well. This also does the same thing, but doesn't really have a perk on it that allows it to do this. Hopefully in time there will be Umbral mods that are added to work against the Sentient for primary weapons, which means an Umbral primary weapon has to come out, and it will probably be Umbral Serration. If those come out, they will be going on this, because it just, out of everything that has came out in the past few, let's just say the last month or so, this is definitely the weapon that I thought, ah yes, I'm going to leave this on for quite a while actually, because the Shakur, the Kuva Shakur, I've been loving that. And then this came out, and then I got a ribbon for the Shakur. So I may go back to that in the future, because I have a ribbon for it. But this, at least for now, while I have access to that ribbon, I'm going to use that. But I do have to give it back, which is why I was saying I would probably format this again and take it off. But when you empty the magazine on this as well, you will notice that the weapon emits kind of like a radial attack, because that's pretty much what it is. Which makes it great for those Sentient that get around you, or for infested. This thing, it's amazing. There is no other way to put it. It does exactly what was expected of it for the past, I think it's been shown and teased about this weapon for 3 long years. It was definitely worth the wait though, because it just seems to work against every faction. That emptying the magazine, emitting that radial attack, also seems to work ridiculously well. I didn't even notice it at first. I thought it was just some kind of reload animation until there was some enemies around me and it did it and they all disappeared. It was low level, so it doesn't do that on higher levels, but wow. I may have found my new primary, which means I'm still on the hunt for a really good secondary, but this, I am enjoying this way more than I probably should, considering I've just finished setting up the Shakur. Having to instantly swap to a different weapon I'm not too happy about, but I'll take it, because 3 years of waiting to finally get this and have it use basically infinite ammo, it's just a win-win, to be honest. Bit of a hassle to get, but well worth it. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.